And gentlemen, I've always opined on this show that Rigathi Gachagua is the most successful politician that we have in the country in this era as we speak. This is a very good student of Moi, student of Kibaki, student of Uhuru, student of Raila, and now student of William Ruto. Therefore, Rigathi Gachagua is one man that you cannot underrate as far as the Kenyan politics is concerned. Let me tell you the reason as to why I'm saying that Rigathi Gachagua is one of the person that you must think of when it comes to the Kenyan politics. Now, Rigathi Gachagua has ensured that the moment he became the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, his sole role was to ensure that he has consolidated the mountain support. Now, first of all, he looked at all his weaknesses and he knew very well that he has to bring on Uhuru Kenyatta for him to have the mountain. And as we speak, he has brought Uhuru Kenyatta. Another strategy that Rigathi Gachagua used is to speak the language of the mountain. As we speak right now, after Uhuru Kenyatta, no one else can speak the way Rigathi Gachagua can on the issues concerning the people of the mountain. As the others speak English here and there, speak the national language, this gentleman is speaking to the heart of the Mount Kenya region. He's telling them what they want to hear. He's telling them what they need to hear. Therefore, Rigathi Gachagua has, as we speak right now, he has completely consolidated the mountain region. He actually, after he had taken power as the deputy president, people felt like he's fighting Uhuru Kenyatta. All of a sudden, he brought on the issue that he's apologizing to Uhuru Kenyatta. As we speak, everyone knows they are close. Now, he has also apologized to Mama Ngina Kenyatta, meaning that he has the support from the first family, and everyone knows that Rigathi Gachagua right now is either the spokesperson or the current kingpin of the mountain region. There's nobody that is close to Uhuru, that is close to William Ruto right now as we speak, who can beat Rigathi Gachagua in the mountain. Be it Moses Kuria, be it Kimani Chungwa, be it Ndindi Nyoro, because all of these people are not orators like Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Another thing I want to tell you, it is that Rigathi Gachagua understands the mountain. He took his time to understand the mountain. Working under Uhuru Kenyatta, working under Kibaki, working under now William Ruto, taking the mountain from Uhuru Kenyatta, he knows very well what the mountain wants to hear. I want to tell you that Rigathi Gachagua took the mountain from Uhuru Kenyatta using Uhuru Kenyatta style. He beat him using his language. Right now, as we speak, he has taken over the mountain from him, and now Rigathi Gachagua is in charge of the mountain. Uhuru Kenyatta might be the kingpin, or he might be powerful than Rigathi Gachagua. But when it comes to the active politics right now, Rigathi Gachagua has outshone William Ruto and his brigade completely. So therefore, nobody can beat him. Now, why am I giving this story? Before I tell you the reason as to why I've given this story about Rigathi Gachagua being the most successful person in the mountain and the person to watch, kindly, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Let me take you to the most recent sentiments that Rigathi Gachagua made. He said he's the person who listens to the ground. And by December this year, the people of the mountain shall have made the decision on who is going to go home and who is going to retain his seat and who is going to come in. This is a strange warning that Rigathi Gachagua gave all the allies that are close to William Ruto. This is something that they must listen to. Another thing I want to say here, Gachagua, a member of parliament from Nairobi, said one simple thing when they were taken to the DC offices, that Rigathi Gachagua told the cabinet they should reject the finance bill 2024, and that was the reason as to why he was hunted as one of the people who were funding the Gen Zs in the country. That is a strong allegation. If Rigathi Gachagua said no to the finance bill in the cabinet, then it means Rigathi Gachagua is a very intelligent man. He did not come openly to oppose the government, but took it to them so that they can discuss as leaders. That was a tick for Rigathi Gachagua. But now, Rigathi Gachagua, he was branded to be the Gen Z person. He was now being attacked. Actually, even said one of his bodyguards was almost being assassinated. Therefore, Rigathi Gachagua was being fought because of his stand as far as the finance bill 2024 is concerned. Now, why am I mentioning about these two things, about finance bill and what Rigathi Gachagua said about the leaders of the mountain that are going to go home? Now, Rigathi Gachagua, he ensured Moses Kuria, as we speak, is jobless. Moses Kuria has to abide and bend to Rigathi Gachagua for him to get back to the mountain politics, actively elected in the seat, or else Moses Kuria will be out of government. There is no any form of propaganda that Moses Kuria can use against Rigathi Gachagua and succeed. He had all his 10 points that he had presented in form of questions regarding Gachagua, and all those were irrelevant because nobody was talking about them. They were just talked about by the bloggers and us who were doing the analysis. After that, everything was done. But now the mountain still remained intact. Regarding Gachagua had a very nice counter. He went to the people, he campaigned across the mountain, and he told people about the one man, one vote, one shilling, which is rightfully correct because the people of the mountain are many, yet they are getting little allocations as far as the CDF is concerned. So therefore, Rigathi Gachagua had shown Moses Kuria. So Moses Kuria was done completely. And actually, when he had a chance to get him out of the cabinet, he got that seat from him and gave it to Justin Muturi. That was a sign that Rigathi Gachagua can get anyone from the mountain out of office. Therefore, it's a slight warning that I'm giving to all the leaders of the mountain, particularly those who are allied to William Ruto. They either consider being with Rigathi Gachagua loyal to him, or they go home by the end of 2026, when the elections are going to take place in this country. Why am I saying so? Look at Rigathi Gachagua right now as we speak. He has taken home Moses Kuria. Now as we speak, he's consolidating the mountain around him. And there's nobody who will take the mountain around Rigathi Gachagua because he'll brand him a traitor, and nobody can beat him as far as speaking to what the mountain wants to hear like Gachagua. So therefore, the moment they begin to fight Gachagua, they'll face it. They have tried during the finance bill 2024 and they saw the wrath. That means they have to combine themselves and sit down with Rigathi Gachagua and listen to him. Now, one thing I also want to say is this. Ndini Nyoro was branded to become the person to replace him. They cannot, because Ndini Nyoro was silenced by Rigathi Gachagua. He was telling them, you guys have eaten, now you're vomiting to the Kenyans. That is a very strong language that Rigathi Gachagua was using, that is nobody from the mountain can escape. That is just an example I'm giving here. Because Rigathi Gachagua, if he's given the chance, actually if the elections were held today, all those who are opposing him could go home. Therefore, when he gave the warning that by 2026, end of December, that was a warning that all these politicians should be with Rigathi Gachagua by the end of 2025, 2024, because when it comes to 2026 and 2025, the Kenyans shall have already decided on whom they are going to elect or not. Now, Rigathi Gachagua is going to ensure that all those parliamentarians who are going to be against him by the end of this year, when it starts on 2025 to 2026, Rigathi Gachagua is going to decampaign them completely. He's going to ensure that it's relevant. He's going to ensure that nobody is going to be relevant at all in the mountain. Now, the reason why I'm also stressing that Rigathi Gachagua is also powerful, it is that Rigathi Gachagua forced his way to become the deputy president to William Ruto. We all know that he was not the favorite of William Ruto, but he ensured if it is money, he contributed to fund the campaign of the mountain. If it is being on the forefront, he was there to campaign for the people of the mountain. He solely moved around the mountain with some other few MPs to campaign and ensure that the mountain is fully behind William Ruto. And he did so. He faced Uhuru Kenyatta than even Kimani Ichung'wah the way he is to ensure that he has gotten the mountain out of Uhuru Kenyatta. And he succeeded in that. So therefore, when William Ruto had the chance now to choose the deputy president, he had no alternative because he either returned the money to Rigathi Gachagua or he gives him the position as the deputy president. They had the plan to impeach him. Rigathi Gachagua has maneuvered around it, and right now nobody can speak about the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua at all. He ensured that he has gotten Malala to speak and point out the leaders who are speaking about, who are even planning anything to do with the impeachment. Why? If Malala speaks it, it will be relevant because when Rigathi Gachagua's people speak, they just say they are defending Rigathi Gachagua. But if someone else speaks it, everybody will feel, particularly in the mountain, that Rigathi Gachagua is being targeted by the people of the mountain who are now deemed to be traitors. And actually, as we speak right now, Kimani Ichung'wah's popularity has gone down significantly. He cannot beat Rigathi Gachagua right now when it comes to the mountain. Right now, as we speak, not even Ndini Nyoro now can speak against Rigathi Gachagua in the mountain. Now, recently, I'm going to do, of course, a video on this as the fronting of Waigoro as a woman to become the deputy president of William Ruto 2022. But I have to speak that there's nobody. If Mother Karua failed, no one can succeed against Rigathi Gachagua when it comes to the 2027 presidential elections, because he's either going to be the deputy president of William Ruto or is going to determine who becomes the either becomes the deputy president, or he supports someone else who will win, or he becomes a deputy president to someone else, or himself becomes the president of this country, whether people like it or not. That is my take. My name is Abel Mukwa. Kindly, if this is the first time once again you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. That's my video there and there. See you next time.